According to Grayson Chrisley, losing a parent is preferable to having them in prison. Grayson Chrisley claims that he has become bitter as a result of his struggles to deal with his parents' incarceration. On a recent edition of Savannah Chrisley's Unlocked podcast, the 17-year-old talked about visiting his parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, who are both in prison. The media celebrity opened up about the emotional toll that visiting his parents in their various prison facilities has had on him, as well as the financial cost of doing so. Grayson Chrisley said, "It's worse than them dying to me, because they are present but are not present. Therefore, the only thing being squandered is time. I'm suggesting that if they passed away, there would be no chance for you to spend any more time with them." So it's over. Todd and Julie Chrisley were found responsible for conspiring to defraud the U.S. government, evading taxes, and committing financial fraud in June 2022. Todd Chrisley is currently incarcerated in a Pensacola, Florida institution serving a 12-year term. Julie Chrisley, who was given a 7-year term, is currently incarcerated in a facility in Lexington, Kentucky. Grayson and their 10-year-old niece Chloe are currently under the primary care of Savannah, who is 25 years old. Savannah and Grayson Chrisley talked about adjusting to daily life without their parents in a recent podcast episode. The two siblings shared their struggles in adjusting to their parents' absence and maintaining the pattern of weekend trips to see them. "Our schedules are incompatible. Then you're struggling because you don't see one of them for 3 or 4 weeks, Grayson Chrisley said. "I find it difficult to have back-to-back weeks due of my mood. I go ahead and restart it after that. You never really escape it," he continued. Grayson Chrisley, who recently turned 17, claimed that the absence of his parents made it extremely difficult to celebrate his milestone birthday. "Well, it was awful. The birthday wasn't the best I've ever had," he remembered. "However, given that mom and dad aren't around, I didn't anticipate it to be. So, yeah, it was kind of a bummer." Savannah Chrisley expressed a more upbeat viewpoint, saying that she frequently feels renewed after spending time with her parents. Grayson Chrisley stated that he leaves his parents feeling even more resentful of their circumstance. "There is always going to be a part of you that is bitter," he continued. "There is no avoiding it. As long as they're there, everything will be miserable." Savannah Chrisley has already discussed frankly on her podcast how she assisted Grayson Chrisley in understanding his parents' verdicts and sentences. In an Unlocked episode from January 31st, Savannah Chrisley talked about seeing her younger brother go through a breakdown. "Because I'm assisting and guiding Chloe and Grayson through this process, I'm obviously in a really unusual position right now," she said. "I'm attempting to be unbreakable and to be strong for them so that they will feel at ease enough to break down. The fact that my parents are missing out on Grayson's 16-year-old growth crushes my heart."